almost 8 years ago when we got married. About 2 weeks after we got married, we went to the pound and adopted 2 dogs. The funny part is I remember calling his mom from Walmart because we were there buying dog bowls and dog food and water bowls and all of that. He tells his mom, "Mom, are you sitting down? We're in a family way." And so of course she freaks out thinking that we're pregnant after being married for 2 weeks and starting professional school. We've had a lot of experience taking care of animals over the year, and now that we know that we're pregnant, we're ready to start on the journey of taking care of some real children. Over these almost 8 years of wedded bliss, we have gone back and forth about whether or not we want to have kids. Tim wanted to have kids when we were in professional school, and I thought that was absolutely crazy, because how was I going to go to school and wax up teeth? And anyway, that was just not going to happen, but that's what he thought was a good idea. And then when we were done with school, we were kind of just off kids because he was going through residency and we didn't want to deal with the headache of all of that. And then I kind of started wanting kids towards the end of residency, but he didn't want to because he wanted to be secure in his job first, and we were just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But finally, we decided about the end of last year that we were going to have kids. We decided that as soon as I ran out of my birth control for my current prescription, we were just going to be done, start trying and see what happened. And of course, me being me, I was planning for the worst and planning for it to take forever to have kids. So I didn't want to be disappointed, so I wasn't setting myself up for failure. Well, as it turns out, we stopped taking birth control on the 5th of April, and I got pregnant on my cycle that happened after the 27th of April. So pretty much with my first normal cycle after being off the pill, I got pregnant. So if any of you are thinking about having kids, be really sure that you want to do it before you start trying, because you could be like us and it could just happen right away. I thought I had what I thought was a period anyway on April 27 because it seemed pretty normal, but it was kind of hard to tell because it was my first cycle after being off of birth control, so I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And so that was all fine and good, and I was like, okay, whatever. And the month went on, and we were getting ready to go to Colorado for Tim's cousin's graduation. And the day that we were leaving, I was having a little bit of like bleeding in that, so I assumed my period was starting because it was supposed to be starting. And that was kind of towards the week before last week of May. So I was kind of sad and depressed, and of course I was crying, actually, because Tim would actually tell me that I was crying, and because I was just like, oh no, we didn't get pregnant, and here I am setting myself up now. Now that I plan to not get pregnant right away, I'm kind of sad that I'm not. And so it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. So we went on our trip to Colorado, everything was fine and good. And that night I was just, you know, changing things down there, and I noticed that there was no bleeding. And I was just thinking, was that implantation spotting? So then I got like all excited over again. And then the next day nothing happened, and the next day nothing happened. And I didn't bother getting any pregnancy tests because we were with family, so I didn't want to like know for sure because I knew we weren't going to be telling people right away. But it was a little bit exciting after being all depressed, so I was probably just emotional because I was pregnant. So that was super fun. When we got back, I was heading to Lodi the next weekend for my other cousin's graduation, and Tim wanted me to wait till I got back from that to take my pregnancy test so that way I wouldn't reveal everything to family. But I knew, because even before then I was having just tender boobs and the whole thing, so I was pretty sure that I was pregnant, but that wasn't super confirmed until I got back from California. I've been having some major breast tenderness. Oh my goodness, it has been excruciating at times. Like sometimes it hurts to walk, it hurts to exercise, it's really bad. It's getting a little bit better now, but still it's noticeable. I'm a little bit nauseated with certain things, mostly it's smells that get me. If somebody is making something at work that doesn't smell right to me, I'll kind of start dry heaving and that sort of thing, but I haven't thrown up, which is awesome. Brushing my teeth sometimes in the morning isn't all that fun. I get kind of a little bit gaggy with the mint toothpaste, but that's pretty common. The dishwasher's been getting me because I can smell just like if there's food stuck on the plates or something like that. I've been having a real problem with that, so we've been making a special effort to wash the dishes off before putting them in the dishwasher, so that way I can do my part in helping do the dishes. And other than that, I've just been pretty tired. We've been going to bed early to kind of help with that because I knew I'd probably be tired, and it's just amazing how tired I've been. Pretty much no other symptoms. I guess acne. I'm getting bad acne, but whatever. I always have bad acne, so that's not anything super surprising to anybody. It's just annoying. So I feel like a teenager again. And I've gained a little bit of weight, but I've only gained 2 pounds, and that's not bad because that means I have, what, 23 more pounds I can gain and be within my 25, so hopefully that'll work out for me. And that's pretty much it for symptoms, so I'm really, really lucky. So ever since we found out that we were pregnant, we've been waiting impatiently for our first doctor visit. Of course, we were very nervous about how that was going to go because we weren't sure that the baby was going to have a heartbeat. We weren't sure there was even going to be a baby there. Tim had a dream previously that I was pregnant, and ever since then has been thinking that we're pregnant with twins and praying for the babies in my belly. So I've been freaking out that we were pregnant with twins. So we had all these questions today that needed to be answered. And it was just very nerve-wracking sitting there waiting for all this to happen. We get to the doctor's office and we get, you know, my weight, get the urine test, blood test, do all the normal things you do at the doctor's office. And then the doctor came in and did, I don't know if they, intravaginal ultrasound, whatever, they stuck a probe up there.
The first thing he did was a bimanual exam.
Oh my God.
And then he did the transvaginal ultrasound.
Okay, well, Dr. Tim cleared that up for us. The first thing he did was a bimanual exam, and then the ultrasound where they stick the probe, like, in the hoo-ha. So anyway, well, that's what they did. It was just, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting one from the top, and so it was like, oh, you're going to stick the wand there. How pleasant. But I guess I better get used to it because that's going to be happening to me a lot over these next few months. So I had predicted from my cycles, because I've been paying very close attention to things, that my due date was going to be February 1 because I figured I was about 8 weeks and a day along today on my appointment. And it turns out that I was correct. According to the ultrasound, the baby was measuring maybe like 2 or 3 days ahead of schedule for that, but because I knew my menstrual dates that were going to go by my calculations, because I was paying really close attention to that, and the ultrasound can be off, I guess, a little bit. That's exciting. So we're due February 1, and there's only one baby in there, and we got an awesome, awesome ultrasound picture of the baby, kind of just, you can see like the hands and the legs all out like this, like he's kind of facing the camera. His head's tilted a little bit to the side, but totally can see the baby, and it's just pretty awesome. We were a little nervous at first because he was kind of hiding up in the corner, and we thought maybe there was nothing there, or we weren't going to see anything, but then he finally cooperated and we could see him. And the heart rate, which we were able to hear the heartbeat and kind of see it kind of flashing and flickering in there, which was so cool. That was 165, so that was a very good, strong heartbeat, and we were so relieved when we saw that. And then we knew the baby was there, it was okay, and everything looking good. So according to the doctor, we have no worries, and we get to see the baby again in 12 weeks. Well, at the 12-week appointment, we have an ultrasound scheduled, and we'll hopefully get to see some bones, and I'm looking forward to seeing some teeth developing at that visit. One of the cool things about being pregnant is you get a lot of free stuff. So I was really excited today at the doctor's that they gave me my first swag bag. It's a little diaper bag, and it has like magazines and formula samples and vitamin samples and all these amazing things. But I'm super excited about my Camelback water bottle that says Women's Healthcare Clinic Oregon, because that's where I go. And it's a really nice water bottle, and I was going to buy some of these anyway, and now I have one, and that's just really cool. So it's a benefit about being pregnant, is getting a lot of free stuff, and I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to show you my 8-week belly. It's not super exciting in this shirt, but clothes are starting to fit a little bit tight, and it's getting a little tricky. I'll lift up my shirt so you can kind of see what's going on down there. You can see my pants are a little bit stretched because we're having issues with things fitting. But I have a little baby belly. And he said today too, here, let me kind of like unbutton so you can see a little bit better. See, my pants are tight, they're making lines on me. But he was saying my uterus is palpable, so he was able to feel it, so it should kind of start popping out here shortly. So there's my Buddha belly.